Hey super souls, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are following my readings, and welcome to anyone new. I hope you are all doing very amazingly and everything is brilliant in your world. Now in our readings today we're asking for a message from someone on your mind. Now this could be anyone. It could be an intimate partner, it could be like a spouse, or it could be a friend or a colleague or a family member, literally anyone. And what I suggest you do is really bring this person into your focus, almost kind of like meditate on their energy and your connection with them as we draw the cards together. You may already in reality have been drawn through the thumbnail to a particular card and one of the hearts that we have here for guidance as well. But if you're not sure and you're going to sit with me while we draw 3 cards, and just really tune into the energy and the essence of your connection and see which reading or indeed readings you're drawn to. Sometimes it is more than one. There could be more than one message coming through. So a message from someone on your mind. We're going to draw 3 cards together. I'm actually seeing this for pile 1, this for pile 2, and this for pile 3. Okay, so pile 1, you have Descendant. This is also a card of invitation and it's number 37. Okay, so this is what it's looking like, and this is actually sitting with the tiger eye heart. Okay, just show this to you. Then for pile 2 we have 5th house passion, and this is card number 43. And the numbers may mean something to you. That seems to be coming through today actually. So 5th house passion, this is your card for pile 2, and this is coming with the green cat's eye heart. Just show that to you. Really beautiful the way the light is coming into that. And then we have pile 3, we have Taurus, cultivate, and this is card number 2. Okay, so this is the card for pile 3, and we have the agate heart. Very beautiful heart. Beautiful energy. Well, they all have actually. So this is the agate heart for pile 3. Just look at the way it sits on top of that bull's head. Amazing. Okay, so those are the 3 cards, the 3 hearts, and the timestamps are in the description, so you can ping straight through to them. Get yourself focused. If you're still in any way unsure, just give yourself a few moments, and if need be, you can always pause the video to take a little bit more time. Tune into the essence of the person that you're thinking about, or the person who's uppermost on your mind right now, and we'll see what messages come through from them. It may be from them in their sort of very everyday human self. We could also be connecting with messages from their higher self, kind of bypassing the ego and really coming across clearly with what is needing to be said. But we'll see what the readings show up for us. Beautiful souls, I'll see you in just a moment. Hey pile 1, welcome to your reading. You have the card of Descendant, invitation, and the tiger eye heart. Tiger eye is said to bring good luck to the wearer. It's like a talisman. I feel like there is there's been some divine intervention that's taken place. I feel like you were waiting for an invitation and somehow it didn't emerge. Maybe there was some protection of you, some divine intervention. Now we're asking for a message from someone who is on your mind. Okay, this could be a love interest, it could be, well, it could be anyone. But I do feel like you have been waiting for something that kind of didn't quite come to fruition. Something that you thought was going to take off, it didn't. It's not exactly deflated, but it just it kind of hasn't gone anywhere, like there's a stationary kind of energy, but I do feel you've been protected in some way. Now, what are we shown here? We have recovery. Okay. How interesting. So a message from your person. We have recovery. We have discovery and bittersweet. Okay. I think the message from your person is coming from your higher self. Or say your higher self, my apologies, their higher self. I feel that the person on your mind, something wasn't followed through with. It's sort of decreased rather than increased. Now, this sort of divine intervention, maybe this person could be in a space where they are recovering from something and they weren't quite ready. Maybe they kind of created almost like what appeared to be an invitation, or something was, so let's say if this is a work setting or a work colleague, maybe you thought an invitation was coming, they had implied that there would be an opportunity for a conversation and it never happened. If this was somebody brand new in a love interest, the same kind of energy would be suggesting that, you know, you felt as though something was there, a door was going to be opened, and then it didn't, you were waiting for the invitation. Indeed, it felt like the door was opened somehow, and yet it wasn't followed through with. I think this person's higher self is saying to you, look, I think they are in recovery from something. You know, they're not quite ready. They kind of thought they were, but they weren't. It may be that there's a situation, if this is a work setting, that it hasn't quite emerged. Something needed to be picked up or changed, or a door has to be opened first. So something else has to take place. And somehow, had you walked through the door too early, as it were, I think you would have discovered something that would have been quite bittersweet. It's like something would have been revealed to you too soon, or you'd have seen something, or you'd have walked in on something that was not. There's timing involved here. That's what I'm really seeing here. And so in a way, I feel like there's a disappointment because something didn't come through. But ultimately, I believe you were being divinely protected here. Let's draw more cards. Maybe ask for some more clarification around this protection, around what was happening. I feel there's a lot of disappointment, almost on your part, really. Okay. How interesting. We've kind of got something. I feel there's an out-of-the-box solution that will come to you here. How fascinating. There's something that's going to come from this circumstance still. I want clarification on this card now. Okay, so first of all, I feel like the message from the person's higher self is sort of saying to you, you know, the timing isn't quite right here. I think the box could still be opened. Something else had to get sorted, whatever that invitation was that you were waiting for. I'm not sure it's completely over here, actually, but let's see if we can get some more information around what was it that stopped this from happening. Why will the box, or when will the box be opened? You know, is it even worth your while waiting for this invitation? Okay, we're asking a lot of questions. I should probably be more clearer in my questioning. Let's first of all ask about, you know, what would be discovered? What would have happened? Okay, let's just see what we have here. Right, 10 of Swords, wow. Okay. Ooh, gosh. There's a ton of stuff going on. So this person, in a way, I think the person on your mind, they are carrying, that there's a lot has gone on behind the scenes that you don't know about. And this is why they put things on hold. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. We have the Three of Wands. It's in reverse coming out here. Yeah, I actually think the person on your mind has really, really been quite torn apart by something in their world. Now, whether that's in their working world or if it's like a friendship or whatever the relationship is, this is a general reading, so you need to take it in the context of whatever this person is for you. I think they have had a ton of stuff going on, and they've put it on hold in order to give you some sort of protection from the chaos of their past here. And I think it has been chaos. It's like they really lost their way, and I feel like they've wanted to offer you something and yet somehow just kind of couldn't go there. They haven't processed something properly with the Three of Wands in reverse. It's like they're not ready, that they're just not ready to move forwards yet. A part of them is, but a part of them isn't. And I think you've ended up sort of being caught in the crossfire of this somehow. And this is what their higher self is saying. Look, they're still tangled in the residue of something that really took its toll. I think they got very fixed in trying to work out how to come through something. They haven't recovered, basically. In a way, I think they do want to discover. I think they are moving towards that doorway, that place of discovery, but they're still very much in a place where something went wrong, and they're still having expectations of something. So if this is a friendship, someone let them down. If there's a family problem, maybe, there's still a ton of history involved that someone hasn't moved beyond yet. They just haven't. They're not there yet. They're tangled in this, and they're in that zone of, I think they are discovering themselves through this. If this is a love interest, they're still tangled in something that has happened. If you had a falling out or something didn't work out, they're still tangled in that. And this is what the message is from them. They're kind of saying, look, it isn't that I don't want to open the door, but I kind of almost can't quite do it yet. That's what we're really seeing. And, the divine intervention is also, I think, intervention from them. I mean, let's ask about the Create card here. What is this about? Because it looks like there could be a creative solution with a box to be opened. Let's move these cards just over here. Just put them over there and just ask. Maybe ask about this, the creative solution. Is this a potential possibility, or is it not really? What's this about, this out of the box, coming out of the box place here? What's happening with this? What's their higher self telling you? I'm seeing this and this actually as well. Lots of cards coming through for you. Okay, wow, so we do have the Two of Cups. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles, but it has shown in a reverse position. Okay. I don't tend to read cards in reverse, but I am listening to them today. It's coming out quite strongly. Yeah, look at this. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Star, which has also come out in reverse, and we have the World. How interesting. These two came out in reverse. Just look at these together. I think that they're really afraid of letting you down. Okay. I think they're really afraid that they won't be enough. This is the problem here. They're really afraid that they will not be good enough for you. They kind of want to step up. They may even have appeared to step up. I think it's like like somebody offering you a work opportunity or a friendship, and then realizing that I think they see you as being streets ahead of them, and they kind of want to step up, but they're really fearful of getting it wrong. Actually, whatever took place before, we have this Ten of Swords card. I think they felt really responsible for what went wrong. And that's why they're really, they've kind of almost opened a door and then kind of like panicked. It's almost like a rabbit in headlights scenario here. They are just so fearful that they kind of want whatever the invitation was to you, whatever that opening that appeared, they do want it. But they have not yet got the confidence to come through with this. They're terrified of it going wrong. Let's just ask whether you can do anything actually about this. Is there anything that pile 1 can really do about this? Is there anything that pile 1 can actually do about this, or should do about this? Should pile 1 respond in any way? Okay. This looks really lovely. It's a very playful card with this little... Reconnect to Mother Nature's world of plenty and you shall receive a myriad of miracles. Okay. I think you are needing to almost... Okay, we have... Look at this boat here. And then this beautiful woman with a crown. And look at them, it almost looks like mistletoe behind her with the balls on the crown. Live your own authentic life with courage to be your true self. Renew your focus. I thought as much. That's what this card was also saying. Be enchanted with your life's potential. Seek and find, know and discover. I feel like you are needing to just almost like recenter yourself here. Kind of almost like, I know it's really difficult, but sort of disregard the opportunity that you thought was being presented to you. Now, whether this then comes through for you, there's a renewal of an invitation, or the invitation that you thought was there comes to you, excuse me, it's going to come to you because you are in the right zone, in your own strength, in your own empowerment. I'm seeing you kind of in this place of thinking, how and why? What was going on? There's almost a bewilderment on your part. It was like, why was that door opened for me and then the key was never given? You know, why was I offered an opportunity of what felt like a pathway of discovery of something that could be really good? I was offered something and then it was kind of like, you know, it never was followed through with. The message from this person is really just very clear to tell you that they simply are still tangled, and it's their higher self telling you they are still tangled in something, the residue of something. They've lost confidence in themselves, whatever the appearance is. They have lost confidence in themselves. They feel that basically they seriously fucked up in something and they feel like they're going to mess up again. That's the gist of this. So whether this is friendship or a work scenario where someone was going to offer you something or trying to be a good colleague and then they've like vanished and ghosted you. Honestly, that they really are. I think you presented them with something that felt like it could be amazing, but I don't think that they're in a zone where they can follow through with it because they're tangled in their own shit, basically. Now, this has no reflection on you, which is why this create box is so magical. It's kind of, your reading is saying, look, detach from their stuff. You can't fix it. This is something they have to do for themselves. Just center yourself in your own world and kind of, and your own brilliance and your own pathway and your own focus. And what will then happen will be what it will be. And I feel like if this doesn't come through for you, then something else that is even better will, you know, because you have a box of amazingness here that is just loaded with possibility. This is one of those scenarios where it's perhaps really important just to recognize that somebody, not necessarily with ill intent, just didn't come through with something because of their own crap. And they've got to work through that. I mean, we all work through things. I'm sure we can all relate to that. We all work through things and we're all, you know, at different spaces within ourselves. This is about you centering yourself in your own world and your own brilliance. And then I think whatever is right for you will come through, whether it is connected to this individual or to something or another opportunity or someone else. Pile 1, this is your reading. I just feel like there's the higher self of this person is just sort of desperately wanting to explain to you that this was not, the lack of something coming through was not with intent to cause you any harm. It was purely just that this person is bound up in their own stuff, and their higher self is saying, you know, that they're still in this process of even discovering their own potential, and they're still tangled in the residue of feeling that they never get it right. Never ever get it right. And in reality, they've probably created and reproduced something of that through kind of almost presenting you with something and then backing down. I think they've almost reinforced that kind of pattern of that they can't get it right. They're almost in this self-sabotaging pattern of behavior. And that is their message through their higher self for you. And the guidance for you is to just recenter yourself and reestablish your life in your own brilliant way. And everything will then follow through. Do check out Pile 1 other readings if you're wanting to check out additional guidance in recentering your world and where your world might be going in. I do post 2 or 3 readings a week, and every Sunday I post readings for a real here and now message from Spirit, with weekly guidance, you know, what's happening in the next 7 days. They're really good readings to touch base with if you're finding yourself needing to re-anchor yourself and re-find your own focus. Pile 1, this is your reading. Tons of love. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. All of these things really do help the channel, and I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really, really soon. Beautiful souls, have an amazing week. Bye-bye. Hey, Pile 2, welcome to your reading. You have 5th house passion and this beautiful cat's eye heart. You know, I feel like there's such a strong message coming through already. You have really ignited someone's passion. Now, there is something about you that has really sparked someone's enthusiasm. It's like almost like they see you. Okay, they really see you. I think they see in you it's like potential is what I want to say. Now, I just feel like I'm being flooded with messages here, just amazing. So I feel like you could be almost someone's muse. Maybe that you are very inspirational to them. You really light them up. They really, literally, I was thinking when I was tuning in with this crystal, it reminds me of the cat's eyes in the roads. You know, they light up. It's like in the headlights. I feel like you really have become someone's focus. And you know, whether this is through a love connection or a work connection, but one way or the other, you know, again, it could be just a friendship, but you basically it's like you light up the room for this person. And they may not have been able to tell you this, but you really are an inspiration to them. You're someone that they look up to. You're someone that inspires them. You are someone that makes them kind of want to get up in the morning and get going. You have energized them. Your very presence has energized them, your presence in their life. They may not have voiced this to you openly, but this is a really clear message coming through. I just feel I'm being flooded with enthusiasm, with passion, with desire as well. I say desire, but desire to know you more. There's a lot of respect coming through this card as well. It's not just like if this is a love interest for you, it's not just a lustful kind of desire. There's a lot of respect for you. Indeed, we're seeing with these pens and paintbrushes here, you know, this could well be a working alliance as well, or you may have met through work if it's a love interest. If it's a friendship, maybe you've met at a group or a community group or on a course or at university or something. But this person really kind of finds you seriously inspirational. Okay, there's your first card coming through. Yeah, victim we have. How interesting. We have passion. Yeah, and we have perception. You really are an inspiration to them. I think that they see you as somebody who can lift them out of a rut, or somebody who has picked themselves up. Maybe they see you as someone who has followed your vocation or had the energy or the passion to come through something. They see you definitely as someone who has been able to turn your life around or pick something up and run with it, or indeed as someone, I think that's part of the inspiration for some of you. This is a general reading. I do feel like I'm flooded here. So there is so much enthusiasm here for you from this person. So the message to them to you from them is look, you are a real inspiration to me. This is what they want to say to you. You are inspirational. You make me feel like I could get over anything, like I can move myself away from feeling like the world is happening to me, where I can, it's like you inspire them to make their dreams come true, to come through darkness and see the light again, to believe in possibility. That's the biggest message here for you so far. I feel like there is a flood of enthusiasm from this person for you. The biggest message is that you made them believe in possibility. You made them believe in the magic of life again here. More cards, pile 2, more cards. What else does your person want to say to you? Yeah, trust. You really have lit something up for them. You've made them feel that something that they didn't believe was possible could be possible. It's like taking those first steps to trust in life again. Maybe even to trust in themselves, to trust in their own judgment, their own assessment, whatever this connection is. You are an absolute inspiration to this person. They may slightly over-idealize you, but hey, that's very interesting. As I've put this pack down, another card literally just flipped off the top. Yeah, so we will get this out. Awaken. You've awoken them. I feel like meeting you has caused them to wake up, to see things differently, to sort of find that passion in life again, to move from a place of being quite trapped, quite closed down, to a place, you've basically awoken them. You've awoken something within them. You're very, very inspirational to them. And this is what they want to tell you. Is there any guidance here, please, for my pile 2s on the basis of this message? Your message is so clear, it's untrue. I mean, you are an inspiration. You've woken them up. You've given them that spark in life again. That desire. May we have information, guidance for my pile 2. Is there anything pile 2 should be aware of around this connection? The Fool. Okay. Do you take a risk? How interesting. This is guidance for you. 7 of Cups. How interesting. I'm actually wondering what you think of this person. They're over the moon with you. I mean, you've woken them up, you've inspired them. Where do you sit with this? 5 of Cups. We have the Judgment card. We have Justice. We have the King of Pentacles, but kind of in reverse here. We have the 4 of Swords. We then have the Empress and the 3 of Cups. How interesting. Okay. I think you're quite undecided in your own way about this person. They are blown away by you. There's no question of it. The message from them is, look, you're amazing. You inspire me. You've changed my view of the world. You've made me believe in possibility again. Maybe you're just... I wonder if you're really struggling with the fact that you think that they do perhaps have you on a bit of a pedestal, really. Perhaps that's part of the challenge, that you're kind of thinking, well, they don't really know me that well. They don't really know who I am. And that's kind of causing you to feel a little bit uneasy, really. Almost, I think, because I think you feel rather idealized by them. I think that there is, whatever this connection is for you. Now, this is a general reading, so you know, we really need to kind of look at the energy here. And yeah, we need to look at the energy of the reading and apply that really to see how that resonates in your world with the person that you are thinking of within the context of this actual relationship for you. And some of the messages that come through will be right for you, and others will be perhaps meant for someone else. But the message is very clear from this other person for you that they are blown away by you. They really want to move something forwards here. Yeah, that's why the Empress and the Three of Cups came out here. They would really like to move something forwards. You're really undecided here, actually. I think you see some potential, but at the same time, I mean, judgment and justice. I think you're very undecided on this, actually, interestingly enough. What is it that you are undecided about, or why is that difficult for you? Maybe it is because you feel idealized. You feel that maybe if they really see you, you could end up being a disappointment. Perhaps choices that you've made in the past have not kind of worked out. There's been disappointment in your world, and so you are reticent. May we ask for additional advice really here for my pile 2? The message as to how the other person wishes to communicate with you is very clear. Okay, so you have: be attuned to the rhythm and cycles of your life and notice the shifts and changes. Peace comes from the sacred union of nature and spirit. Okay, we have a robin here at the top. I'm seeing lots of possibility. We've got spirals. I think maybe you are overthinking this a little bit. I think because there's clearly, I suspect this person really does see you as being very inspirational. And on the one hand, that's very flattering. On the other hand, I think it maybe has left you feeling really concerned that they could be over-idealizing you, or that it puts you under pressure to be more than you feel you are. Pile 2, may we have additional guidance for pile 2, please? May we have additional guidance? How interesting. Do you know, this card was sitting on the top, and I was thinking maybe we need to pull this one out. And then, you know, I shuffled again, and up it comes. Make peace with the wildness within you and all Mother Earth's creations. I want to say let go of having any prescribed ideas of how something might evolve. I think there's an amazing opportunity here, whether it's in a working environment or a friendship, excuse me, or an intimate partnership. I think there is real potential here. And this person is very willing to invest in this connection with you because they're very inspired by you. They feel very passionate about the potential. They feel you've woken them up and you've shifted them from a place of perhaps feeling quite shut down to a place of possibility. I think that you're slightly overwhelmed by this scenario, actually, and really, in a way, this reading is saying you don't have to prescribe this or be fearful of an outcome or trying to work out how something will be ahead of time. All you actually need to do is allow it to unfold naturally. You know, take a risk, be grounded, don't be fearful. I feel this is what we're being shown here. So we have access your deep feminine intuition and allow new possibilities to flow. And look at all the spirals coming out again here. Yeah, you don't have to be fearful of something being prescribed. Just let it unfold naturally. We then have this beautiful, be enchanted with your life's potential. Seek and find, know and discover. Yeah, you can set forth, you can try something on for size. Something is not fixed in stone. I think this is a win-win. I think however this connection emerges, in whatever context it is in your life, I think it's a win-win. Because you know, something is awakened in this person. You know, they want to move something forwards with you, whatever that connection is. They want to invest in you, but it's not fixed. It's not set in stone. I think there's a fear in you as to how this will work out. But actually, you're never going to know if you don't go there. Never be afraid to voice your truth, as truth comes from a deep place within your soul. You know, you can just be you. Just be your amazing, authentic self. You know, go dip your toe in the water and, you know, talk to this person. Say, you know, I need to take it steady. This needs to grow organically. I'd like this, you know, whatever this is, this connection. I actually feel it's a win-win. I don't feel like, I think there's anxiety on your part that somehow, I don't know, maybe history might repeat. Maybe you feel that somebody idealized you before, or that maybe you didn't feel maybe you have felt judged previously, seriously judged in a relationship or a connection, however that was. And there's also a fear, I think, of something maybe being taken from you, even whether it's almost your freedom or your, maybe you had a bad divorce if this is a new love interest. But, you know, this is saying, look, you actually have you have more to lose if you don't go there than if you do, because you can just be your authentic self. You can try something on for size. You can take some steps to discovery. And, you know, I feel it's a win-win. I really, really do. I'm not seeing anything negative. Let's just, I do feel I want to draw another card for you, just as a kind of almost like a confirmation around this sort of like idea that it can grow organically. May we have just another confirmation, please, for my pile 2, a confirmation as to how this might emerge, or any kind of additional guidance or information. Any additional guidance or information for my pile 2. Okay, so we have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. Oh, we have 3, and the 5 of Wands. Ah, yeah, okay, lovely. Okay, so you really don't need to do battle over this, okay? With the 5 of Wands. There's no need to go through some sort of battle. It's not going to be a problem. You know, you can test the waters and see how you feel. And with the Knight of Swords, you always have choices. I think you've had an experience where choices were removed from you, or you felt judged or misunderstood. And actually, there's an anxiety about on your part. I think the other person here, in whatever context this is, they believe in you. Maybe you had a work setting where you felt you were not heard, or you weren't really listened to, or you weren't appreciated, and now somebody seems to be really bigging you up. They're offering you a job opportunity, and you're kind of reticent to take it because you kind of think, well, they seem to be really bigging me up, but will they, you know, will this all go horribly wrong? You're not going to know unless you go there. And this is suggesting that just to be yourself and find out, because I think this is potentially a very different scenario. And it's also a scenario where I think you literally can be yourself. You can be your authentic self. Allow something to unfold. This is suggesting that you don't need to do battle over something, that you can step up. The 5 of Wands is always, for me, a card that says step up, not down. Step up and discover how much, I feel like this situation will bring you a lot of self-value and a lot of self-worth. I think many of your self-doubts could be removed and attended to from this connection in whatever context this is, whether it is a love interest, a work interest, or even a family connection that's somebody is really bigging you up. But whatever this connection, I think that a lot of your self-doubt will be, I think it can be laid to rest, basically. You're going to rise in your strength here with the Knight of Swords. It's a very dynamic, kind of strong, clear energy. So I think you'll gain a lot from this, actually. Pile 2, Wow, we ended up with more than just a message from your person or from the person on your mind. Lots of information for you really coming through in this reading. Beautiful souls, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for liking, sharing and subscribing. It really does help the channel. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you, if this is resonating, for some other readings really, really soon. If you're ever having a wobble, I post readings every Sunday for immediate guidance from Spirit, with messages about the coming week as well, to really help you to navigate and find guidance when you need it. And they're timeless readings. You can always check out the homepage of the channel and find a reading whenever you need it. It's like a resource for you. Beautiful souls, tons of love to you. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really soon. Hey Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have Taurus, Cultivate, and the Agate heart. I love the way it sits and the colours blend with this beautiful image here. We're asking for a message from the person on your mind. Feel that something is needing to be taken forwards in a steady way, like a balanced way. Agate speaks of balance, the balance of the yin and yang. It's got an energy of calm about it. And Taurus, you know, this can be like a bull in a china shop, or it could be something that is steadily building in strength. I feel there is something here about, you know, let's take it steady. Let's be balanced about this. There is a message from someone asking you to have a balanced perspective, or to hold a balanced viewpoint of them, to cultivate something, or to allow something to unfold or to emerge. We have discover, yeah. I think the message from your person is, look, can we cultivate this? Can we take this one step at a time? Can we be balanced about this? Could we discover how this connection or this circumstance or this situation might unfold or might emerge? If there's anything, yeah, do you know, isn't that interesting? I was about to say if there's been any disagreements or any discord. That's what was channeling through. And then we get the card of gossip. Yeah, if there's been any discord or misperceptions going on, can we just kind of take our time and discover the truth of this? Can we discover what something really is or what something really means? Rather than be swept along by the way that, by other people's perspective or other people's, the stuff that people say. Can we just discover this? Yeah, please have a balanced view. Please look at me with a balanced view. Trickery. Yeah, do you know, I felt very strongly, and it was before the gossip card came, I was just thinking, has there been an argument or a discord here, and is something needing to be worked through and processed, and not like a bull in a china shop, but like a, you know, from a balanced perspective. Can we have a balanced conversation or allow something to unfold without the kind of trickery of our mind, or without the gossip and the drama that comes from both the ego mind and also from other people's perspectives and viewpoints that other people have? Can we let this unfold? Can this be cultivated? Can we discover the reality of something here? Could we hold a balanced perspective? This is what your person is saying. Could you hold a balanced perspective? Can you hold a balanced perspective about them? Can you not be led by drama or gossip or insecurity or any of these things? What else are we shown for pile 3 about the message that this person wishes to say to them? What does this person want to say? The person on their mind. Yeah, reflect. Could you please reflect? Could you please consider this situation from a balanced viewpoint? Wow, your message is really clear. I don't know if there has been some kind of a falling out or a misperception going on, or there are other people putting their oar in, having their sort of penneth worth or whatever, as the saying goes. Whether your own mind is playing tricks on you. Looking at this gigantic acorn, trickery. It's like something, don't be fooled by appearances, this person is saying as well. Don't be fooled by appearances. Could you please reflect and be prepared to look at the reality of this, or discover look at this from a balanced perspective. Discover the truth of the matter. Let's get some clarification here on this scenario, really. What's going on here? Could we have some clarification here? Yeah, the person on your mind is saying, can we just remove all the clutter, whether it comes from other people or whether it comes from, you know, insecurities within? Can we remove all that clutter and just look at this from a balanced perspective and take this one step at a time? If there's a negotiation going on, or maybe there's been some discord or argument, maybe a negotiation needs to be approached thoughtfully. 9 of Pentacles you have. You have the 5 of Cups. You have the 2 of Cups. That's very sweet. You have the 2 of Pentacles. And then you have the 3 of Wands. It came out in reverse. Okay. Your person is saying, look, I'd like us to get back on track. You know, I want us to come back together, to be in harmony with one another, to understand one another, to be able to make this work, to make this grow with the 2 of Pentacles. To get back on track. At the moment, something in this connection is not on track. Perhaps there has been a kind of a bull in the china shop scenario. Maybe something has been out of balance. Maybe one of you was giving more than the other. Or maybe just one of you has, I don't know, has held like the higher ground than the other one. There's quite a difference. I'm seeing a difference in energy here. Your person is saying to you, please reflect on this scenario. I'd like us to get back on track. I want us to make this work. You know, I want us to be in harmony, but we kind of have to exclude the kind of trickery of misperception and the gossip and the drama of scenarios, and see something for what it really is. There's definitely been discord or a feeling of disappointment. Something didn't work out as planned. But yeah, your person is saying, well, look, let's reflect on this. Let's look at this from a balanced perspective. And could you not do that, please? You know, there's a request here, actually. Let's draw some more cards. Maybe we have some guidance here, perhaps for pile 3 about this. The message is really clear. The message from your person, they're asking you to kind of almost like to get still, and they want to get back on track with you in whatever way that is. They want to work this through. They want to keep this connection going. Despite whatever has happened, you know, whatever disappointment took place, whatever discord, they want to make this work. May we have advice, please? Advice and guidance, perhaps, for my pile 3s as to how to approach this. Okay. Surrender yourself to the flow of life and see how you can influence your future. Keep moving forwards and your life's purpose will manifest. Okay. Actually, the advice and guidance is kind of, you know, maybe just chill out on this one. And then we have this, there's a lot of creative energy in this card. Look how balanced. Everything in this card is balanced. We have Glastonbury Tor in the distance here. Everything is in balance. Look at this, circles, spirals within spirals, circles within circles. Even the trees at the top hold a balanced imagery here. Be attuned to the rhythm and cycles of your life and notice the shifts and changes Peace comes from the sacred union of nature and spirit. I think that whatever didn't happen, whatever discord took place, it threw you, and it may actually literally have almost started to kind of put you in a zone where your mind was playing tricks on you. And I think your perspective on this connection has got out of balance because something didn't happen, or it didn't work out, or there was a misperception. Actually, your person is saying to you, can we please just reflect on this and bring things back into balance? Because I do want to make this work. I do want to move this forwards, and I want us to get back on track. You're not on track at the moment, but I'd like us to get back on track. Let's get back to where we were, and just let's just discover where we can go in a beautiful, organic, chilled out, relaxed, easygoing kind of way. Balanced perspectives. Your perspective is out of balance. I think that's what's really being said here. Something knocked you off balance, and maybe it just pressed your buttons. Let's ask for more guidance and advice. You're being asked to kind of chill on this one a little bit here, pile 3. Chill out. Don't let your mind play tricks on you. In many ways, what your person is asking you to do is also in alignment with the guidance. Oh, wow, we have a bit of a warrior woman energy coming through here. Have faith in yourself and in higher powers. They lead you in dark times, even when you feel you've lost guidance. Wow, and I'm seeing this card coming through for you as well, the one on the top here. Let go of who you think you should be and embrace who you are. Wow, that is such a beautiful affirmation. Okay, so whatever went wrong, or whatever argument or misperception took place, your person is saying to you, can we just look at this from a balanced perspective? Because this is, we want to get back on track. And actually, your guidance is the same. I feel your perception has got knocked off balance. I'm not saying something didn't happen that caused you to feel that it pressed, basically I think it just pressed a lot of buttons for you. But this is now a time to kind of get still. I think that in many ways the course of this connection sits with you. I think the other person is willing to work it through. I think the choice as to how this emerges and evolves, and whether it emerges and evolves, is almost in your hands now, really. Pile 3, I think the decisions and the choices are there for you to make. We'll just draw a few more cards just to see what we're shown in terms of how this might move forwards, if you wish it to. It's very much, we have the Lovers. Now this is very interesting because the Lovers is essentially a card of choice. So you have a choice here, but this is a very favourable card if you wish to make, the choices are available to you. There is a choice available to you to move something forwards here if you wish. The other person is willing and wishing to move it forwards in whatever context this is. 2 more cards flying out for you. Okay, 4 of Pentacles, and then we have the King of Pentacles showing up in reverse, interestingly. This is a very Scroogey kind of card. Don't hold on to a grudge. This is what this is saying. Don't bear a grudge. The same with the King of Pentacles in the reverse position. Don't cling to something. We kind of want this card to be in the reverse position. Sorry, not in the upright position, to really show the potential abundance. I think it came out in reverse. You don't have to cling to, if you hold on to a grudge, then you're not going to fix this, because you're just going to be resentful and anxious. Chill out. This person does want to resolve this situation. They do want to take it forward steadily. So if words have been said, hurtful words have been said, just when you thought everything was plain sailing, and then something happened that really knocked everything off balance, your reading is suggesting it can be brought back into balance. The other person is willing to do so and to move this forwards in a very organic way, to have that gentle level of conversation that can offer reflection and discovery, to get back on track. The choice sits with you, but one thing that is really clear in your reading is don't hold on to a grudge. Don't cling to what you think went wrong, because that's going to kind of, that energy will cling to you and cause you to, it will play tricks on your mind, because, you know, you're not free and available energetically to move forwards and have, you know, be open to your own choices and your own decisions. Your reading is very clear, my beautiful pile 3. If this is resonating with you, you know, do like, share, subscribe, and thank you guys all for the subscribing. It really does help to maintain the channel, to keep things going here. Beautiful souls, if you're having a wobble at all and you need to just get a really grounded reading, I post readings every Sunday. They are literally for here and now guidance, and then we look at maybe what's happening in the week ahead, if there's any important information that needs to come through. And they're timeless. You can always check in through the homepage on any of those readings if you're needing an anchor point at any time. But you don't, there's something to be let go of here, beautiful souls. Pile 3, I am sending you all the love in the world. Do you know, it's really interesting what was just going through my head. I'm going to voice this because I think it's part of your reading. I almost was thinking to myself, now, was I going over and over and over the same thing? You know, sometimes a message comes up and I feel like I'm almost repeating myself. But I think there's some relevance, because two things are happening. One is that maybe I was repeating myself, in which case this is saying don't let something go over and over in your mind. Don't repeat something. The second thing is that I was actually starting in my head to get a little bit self-critical. So of myself, you know, we all as readers reflect on the way that we read. And so I just want to say, don't be self-critical of yourself. I just feel there's an extra layer of message coming through for you here. You know, don't go over and over something, but at the same time, if you find yourself revisiting, be also kind to yourself. Don't be harsh or judgmental. You know, because that's going to keep a negative energy clinging to you. Pile 3, this is your reading. So tons of love. I look forward to seeing you for some other readings really, really soon. Beautiful souls. Have an amazing weekend. I hope that this progresses in a really beautiful way for you. Tons of love.